Yo, what up, you guys? What up? It's your boy Magic IQ here, and did I just say yo, what up, guys? What up? Wow. Anyway, I have an S Plus build for you guys. I know, S Plus. You guys ask for this all the time, as if every S Plus build isn't just max it all the way out, just so you have to find the best motor. But maybe some people are struggling with that. But in terms of the quickest car in Need for Speed Unbound, now post update, I highly recommend you guys take a look at the Exige S. Now, the FXXK is a close competitor, but this thing launches like no other. I mean, this thing gets out of the hole insanely fast, but I absolutely hate S Plus as a category, but you guys ask for it so often that I want to at least give you guys, an updated best build. I'll show you guys exactly which playlist to use this in as well, but first let's take a look at why I don't like S Plus. All right. So, I mean, I guess you guys can see it's just traffic and chaos and crashing. Like, I've never had a race except for the one gameplay I got that you guys saw, thank the Lord, that I didn't crash in. It's actually ridiculous. Okay. Like, I don't know how I got so lucky with that gameplay. It's probably not that fast of a time overall, but this car is insane. Everybody's been suggesting I give this a shot, so I was going to bring you guys my build with it. Now, it's pretty straightforward. 3-liter V6 here. 780 brake horsepower we're pushing out of this thing with 631 foot-pounds of torque, a quarter mile of 8.7, and a top speed of 221 and a 0 to 60 of 2.0. Now, that top speed does limit the amount of places we can use this car, so we're going to go over that right now. When you go over to these S Plus playlists over here, you'll see playlists like Coast to Coast are definitely not going to be in the budget. You're just going to get outran by Regera's, FXXKs, anything with a 240 plus, 230 plus top speed, you're going to get left, okay? The best place to use this car is a playlist called Far Reaching. I love this car in this playlist. It's an absolute blast. It dominates. It's great. It is so good. You could maybe get away with it on Relentless. You're just going to lose this race for sure. But if you can actually stay in the top 3, you actually have a fighting chance. Basically, if nobody's using Regera's, I mean, this thing still gets out of the hole pretty fast, and it does sit around 223. And I know the Regera now kind of fluctuates back down to high 220s, low 230s when it's turning, so you won't be too far behind, but you're still going to get, taken to Gapplebees by these high-power supercars with high mile per hour. Running wilds, you're better off using a top speed build. Here, another place that you could get away with a 2 of 3 win. You're just going to lose Big O for sure. Just depends on how bad you lose. You can use it in this mixed race because it is headliner. So you can use it in full house. All right. We have one more playlist to take a look at here. Now we got the S Plus playlist right here, day and night. You might be able to get away with 2 of 3 wins. You just have to stay within the top 3 on Hot Pursuit. But if you can manage to do that, you'll come away with a win there, okay? The last Mixed Plus race you can use it on is, as long as it's not Big O or Hot Pursuit, you should be all right, okay? Anyway, let's get back straight into the build. Now, you guys already saw the motor swap. Now, let's get into the parts. It's pretty simple on S Plus builds, man. I mean, you max everything out. But what is different is the forced induction. So, we're using an Elite dual turbocharger here. The reason I use twins is because if you use a supercharger, it's just hitting too fast. Like, the boost hits too quick. Like, this thing already launches faster than any car in the game. It does not need even more boost hit. Like, it's so rowdy. This car is ridiculous. You're going to find yourself bouncing around everywhere if you can't tame it. Stay away from curbs as much as possible. It's ridiculous. This thing's so bouncy, even though the downforce is all the way maxed out, as you guys will see in the handling settings later. This thing's a little rocket, bro. It's kind of ridiculous. It just feels like it's constantly trying to slip out on you. Obviously, the nitrous bottle is Elite, which you want to reset your auxiliaries for, because using all of that nitrous bottle is ridiculous with this car. It carries you to top speed because of how light the car is, so fast. We're using Elite on-road suspension here, obviously. We're using Elite brakes, Elite grip tires, because Elite road tires will cause you to have some, very significant slowdowns off-road. It already does slow down pretty significantly off-road, so that helps minimize that. Clutch was obviously elite. Now, with the gearbox, it's a little different. I'm going to hide my face cam again to show you guys. None of the gearboxes actually change anything when it comes to top speed. Now, imagine if they didn't nerf the Regera and they just made it so that those gearboxes added 10 mile per hour each. You could get up to 240, 250 miles per hour with a Lotus, and it would have been pretty competitive against pre-patch Regera. Like, kinda. It just would have been fun to see some other cars buffed instead of just a Regera nerfed, because I still think if you put 230 on this car, it's an absolute demon, man. But we opted for the 5-speed gearbox, which you want to launch from in 4th gear, by the way. If you want to take a look at how to micro drift, as you guys saw I do in the gameplay, and how to drive manual, I have a video on that as well. Link will be in the description. But we use the 5-speed because we want the least amount of shifting possible. The less work we have to do, the better. Okay, elite differential here, obviously, just because. Nitrous drift and grip auxiliaries. Remember, always reset your auxiliaries or you're not going to get the nitrous bonus. Trust me, it's mandatory. Now, 100% grip, obviously, on this build. When it comes to steering sensitivity, though, this thing, like I said, is a handful. It's ridiculous. So, I highly suggest you start here, and as you get more comfortable, click your way up. If you can handle it in the middle, good for you. I do one to the left, and it still feels ridiculous. But once you're able to tame this car, you see the micro drifts are buttery smooth, and this thing just takes off in the corners, and the exit speed is unreal. Traction control is off. Drift entry is to brake tap. All right. Now, it's going to be a little bit of a learning curve, but once you get this car down, it's an absolute beast, and it's a blast to drive. I hope to see you guys in the stream. My first S Plus build since the Regera. It's kind of fun, you know, just using different things. If you guys want to see some more stuff like this, let me know. We're cooking up some other stuff with you guys coming soon. But the thing is, you got to realize as we keep pushing the envelope further and further, there's so many builds that are going to be the best this and the best that. Eventually, I'm going to start just putting out personal favorites. So I'm going to put out cars that I personally love in real life, cars that are fun to drive, cars that are easy to drive. Like, this is the easiest car to use in this game because there's a couple of them, specifically speaking of a couple cars in A-Class that we've been testing on stream. Significant ease of use. I mean, if you don't know how to micro drift, these things turn on a dime, like, no question. There's a few cars in A-Class that do that. There's some hardest cars to drive, risk for reward kind of thing, where some of these cars have potential to be very high tier cars, but the difficulty of use is just ridiculous. We might even do some mini games, so make sure you guys stop by the streams, man. I need to stream a little bit earlier, still getting my schedule worked out, still getting things together here. We're almost done. I finally got my mattress over in the new house, so we're getting it all together and put up, finally ready to get everything going 100% gas to the floor here. But I was going to start making videos on another game, but AAA Studios just delay content. That's what they do. I'll see you guys soon. Hopefully this game's able to hold us over till March. I really hope they put some fixes out, or at least some balancing changes that make it so that we have to create some new stuff here. I hope you guys enjoy. What do you guys want to see from me and Need for Speed in the future? It's been Magic IQ. I love you guys. Check out all my homie socials in the description, as well as my own and any other videos on the channel. Make sure you guys subscribe with post notifications on so you guys never miss a video. See you guys in the next one, and I'm out. Later.